Chosen one, the richest days of your life. Start now. Let that truth settle into your spirit for a moment. Let those words find a place in your heart and take root. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. You were led here, guided by the divine currents of the universe that have watched you struggle, stretch, and survive. And now they are gathering every ounce of your strength, every tear, every silent prayer, and transforming it into unimaginable abundance. Before we go any further, stay with me until the very end of this video. You are not just watching a video, you are aligning with your breakthrough. Make space in the comments for your energy to meet this message. Type your warmest wishes, the ones your soul has longed to see come true, and seal them with the number 777, a number of fulfillment, near completion, and incoming reward. When you do that, you're not just typing, you're speaking your future into existence. This is the chapter where your wishes come true. This is where the universe gets activated on your behalf. Now, chosen one like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's get one thing clear right now. Your past has not disqualified you. Your mistakes, your setbacks, your delays, none of it was in vain. You've been prepared for this. Life didn't deny you, it refined you. You had to learn what resilience really means. You had to taste rejection, so you could recognize real favor when it showed up, and now it's showing up in full form in undeniable waves. Not someday, now, right now. The energy around you has shifted, and your spirit can feel it, that inner nudge, that quiet sense that something big is about to happen. That's not your imagination, that's divine timing whispering to you. You've entered into a new era where struggle gives way to surplus, where lack turns into luxury, and where effort transforms into ease. You're not just hoping anymore, you're receiving. You're not knocking on doors anymore. Doors are opening wide in your direction. The richest days of your life are here, and they are more generous than you could have ever imagined. You see, the thing about being chosen is that your life never quite fits the mold. You've always walked a different path, carried a unique weight, and experienced extraordinary pressure. That's because the blessings attached to your name were never ordinary. You weren't made for average, you weren't made for just enough. Your soul signed up for overflow. And now the season that has been delayed is being delivered with interest, with favor, with acceleration. The richness that's arriving in your life is not just financial, although that's certainly part of it. It's deeper, it's wholeness, it's peace. Where there was once confusion, it's clarity. Where there was once chaos, it's divine alignment. Where there was once resistance, the kind of wealth that's pouring into your experience is rooted in purpose. This is wealth that liberates wealth, that empowers wealth, that creates generational shifts. Your cup is about to overflow, not just for you, but for those connected to you with God's blessings. You are invited to bless this message by giving a divine gift of $20 or more through the Super Thanks button on YouTube. Together, let's spread faith, hope, and love, bringing light not just into your own life, but also to those who need it most. Your generosity becomes a seed of inspiration and healing for countless souls. You have to understand something very powerful. Your name is being whispered in rooms you haven't entered yet. Opportunities are being prepared with your essence in mind. The universe has been organizing things behind the scenes, orchestrating a symphony of favor, aligning people, places, and moments to deliver your blessing right on time. You're not late, you're not forgotten, you're right on schedule. There are moments in life when everything changes, not because you worked harder or because you begged for it, but because the energy shifted. And your energy chosen one is now magnetic to miracles. You are drawing in what once felt far away. You're pulling in resources, breakthroughs, partnerships, and revelations that match your destiny. You're no longer striving, you're attracting, you're no longer forcing, you're flowing. This is the era of ease, and you have earned it. Let go of any belief that tells you you're not ready. You are more than ready. The fire you walked through has forged you into someone capable of receiving what's been promised. The richest days of your life are not just approaching, they've begun. Watch how your life begins to bloom, how doors open with little effort, how people begin to treat you differently, not because you've changed who you are, but because the universe is now revealing who you've always been. You've waited, you've worked, you've wept, but most importantly, you've believed. Even in moments of doubt, something inside of you held on, and that belief has carried you into the richest timeline of your life. This is not just a new chapter, this is a whole new book. You've closed the pages of pain, struggle, and surviving. And now you are writing in gold. Every word, every step, every day is becoming a declaration of abundance. You are no longer the version of you that was merely hoping. You are the version that is harvesting. Don't look back. Don't revisit what broke you. Don't second-guess the blessing just because it looks unfamiliar. Yes, things are about to feel too good to be true, but that's only because your new normal is going to feel supernatural. And it should. You've lived in survival mode long enough. Now it's time to live in surplus mode. You've lived in prayer mode long enough. Now it's time to live in answered prayer mode. The shift you're stepping into will feel surreal, but trust it. Let it expand you. Let it stretch your imagination of what's possible. Your reality is catching up with your spirit. The dreams that once felt distant are now sitting at your doorstep. They're not knocking anymore. They're walking in. Let them receive them, embrace them. You've outgrown the season of just enough. You've graduated into divine abundance. This is the moment you stop playing small. The universe is not asking you to shrink. It's asking you to rise, to expand, to radiate. You don't need to explain your glow, your blessings, or your peace. The ones meant for you will celebrate it. And those who can't handle it are just revealing. They were never aligned with your new level. Protect your peace. Honor your progress. And don't apologize for your prosperity. The richest days of your life will require a richer version of you, one that trusts more, receives more, and shines brighter. That version is already within you. It's not coming, it's here. Let it lead, let it speak, let it rise. You've held back long enough, you've questioned your worth long enough. Now it's time to show up, fully bold, blessed, and beautifully unstoppable. You'll notice how your environment starts to reflect your inner shift. Money flows more easily. People show up to support you. New opportunities find you without effort. That's not luck, that's alignment. You are walking proof that energy creates reality. And because you have chosen to shift your energy, your life has no choice but to follow its law. It's yours. Keep your heart open and your spirit expectant. The universe is not finished. What you're receiving now is only the beginning. What's ahead is richer than you imagined. It will nourish your soul, multiply your joy, and elevate every aspect of your existence. The days of just getting by are over. The richest days of your life are here, and they are drenched in favor. Stay grounded, stay grateful, and stay ready. The floodgates are open. The favor is flowing, and you chosen one are about to experience wealth in every form: love, health, peace, joy, influence, and, yes, financial overflow. Your hands are about to touch what your heart has long carried. Prepare to be amazed. The richest days of your life have begun. There's a certain feeling that comes right before the breakthrough hits. A quiet, almost eerie calm, a sudden slowing down, a stillness in your spirit. And you might have felt it lately. not because things were going wrong, but because they were finally aligning. You've stepped into that divine pause, that sacred silence before the flood, and now everything is about to overflow. Chosen one, listen closely. The level you've stepped into doesn't resemble anything you've seen before. It's unfamiliar on purpose. What's ahead of you has no past reference point. That's why it feels so new, because it is. These blessings haven't come from recycled opportunities. They're custom made for you, hand-stitched by divine timing, perfectly prepared for your arrival. You've entered a level that was locked until now, and only you had the key. This is the space where everything you once hoped for becomes your new reality. You're not chasing anymore, you're magnetizing. You're not striving anymore, you're flowing. The energy that surrounds you now is pure, focused, and powerful. It's the energy of fulfillment, of arrival, of divine positioning. You're not on the way anymore, you've arrived. And with that arrival comes a new identity. You're no longer who you used to be. You're not the one begging for change, praying for survival, hoping just to make it to next month. No, you are the one commanding change, manifesting miracles, walking in alignment. You are not standing in lack anymore. You are standing in legacy. The richest days of your life won't just surprise you. They will stretch you. They will stretch your perception of what's possible, what's available, and what you truly deserve. They will expand the way you think, act, and speak. You'll realize how small your old thoughts were, how limited your vision used to be. And it's not your fault. You were surviving, but now you're thriving. The frequency you're vibrating on is no longer a match for the old cycle. That's why people, situations, and even places that once felt familiar now feel foreign. You've outgrown them. Your spirit doesn't resonate with struggle anymore. It doesn't recognize doubt, scarcity, or fear as home. You've moved not physically, spiritually. You've moved into expansion, into overflow, into the rhythm of wealth. And don't you dare apologize for it. Don't you shrink when the blessing shows up. Don't you dim your light to keep others comfortable. You've paid too high a price to play small. The pain you endured, the nights you cried, the times you wanted to give up but didn't, that wasn't for nothing. That was your down payment on the richest chapter of your life. Let every upgrade that enters your world be a reminder of your growth. Let every open door remind you of how many you knocked on in the dark. Let every yes remind you of the countless no's you had to survive. Because now the answers are different. The response is different. The atmosphere around you is different. That's what happens when you shift your frequency. Life has no choice but to match it. Watch how favor chases you. Now watch how people start treating you with more respect. Watch how your name gets mentioned in rooms that once felt unreachable. That's not coincidence. That's divine return. The seeds you planted in private are about to bloom in public, and no one will be able to deny that something supernatural is taking place in your life. The richness ahead will shock even your boldest expectations. What's coming is not just better. It's beyond logic, beyond probability, beyond planning. This is the kind of wealth that doesn't make sense on paper because it's spiritual first. And when it shows up physically, it will confirm what you've always known deep down. You were never meant for ordinary. Chosen one, there is power in your presence. Now you walk differently, speak differently. You command attention without trying. That's not arrogance. That's alignment. That's what it looks like when someone knows their worth. And now that you know, you'll never tolerate anything less. You'll never settle again because you've tasted the beginning of overflow and your spirit refuses to go back to drought. And that's why the universe is responding to you so quickly. Now you're in harmony, in sync, in your divine zone. What once took months now takes moments. What once seemed impossible is now inevitable. You've shifted into a realm where things unfold with grace, where you don't need to control every step. You just need to trust the flow, because the flow knows where you're going. The richest days of your life don't come through force. They arrive through surrender, through trust, through presence. You don't have to do more. You have to be more. Be available, be open, be grounded, be receptive. The universe is already moving. Blessings are already en route. Your only job now is to receive, to align, to prepare your space for the miracle that's already yours. And yes, some people will fall away during this time. Some will question the light around you, try to dim it, try to make you second guess it. That's their reflection, not your reality. Don't argue, don't defend, just rise. The blessing will speak for itself. Let your fruit be the proof. Let your peace be your power. Let your elevation be your explanation. You've sacrificed, you've obeyed the whispers of your soul, even when it didn't make sense. You've chosen alignment over approval, truth over comfort, growth over convenience. And now the universe is rewarding you for every silent yes, every quiet moment you chose. Faith instead of fear. Every day you woke up and decided to believe again. So breathe, smile, rest in the knowing that the fight is over. The reward is here. The wealth is yours. Your days of just hoping are behind you. These are the days of divine fulfillment. You're no longer waiting, you're witnessing. You're no longer struggling, you're soaring. You'll notice how ease replaces effort, how clarity replaces confusion, how power replaces hesitation. That's the new you, the version that doesn't need to hustle to be worthy, the version that simply is chosen, worthy, aligned, ready. Let the abundance pour in. Let the miracles unfold. Let the people, opportunities, and resources show up. Don't flinch. Don't resist. You're ready. You were made for this. Every step you took brought you here. Every tear you shed watered the ground for this harvest, and now the ground is blooming, your table is being prepared, your cup is running over, you are stepping into the richest days of your life. And nothing can stop it. You're not who you were, and the world is starting to see it. Not because you announced it, not because you tried to prove it, but because your energy has shifted and it's impossible to ignore. You walk in a different vibration now. Your presence speaks louder than words without saying a thing. You radiate victory. You carry the fragrance of breakthrough, the weight of destiny, and the undeniable aura of someone who made it through the fire and came out gold, and gold you are. Not because someone finally gave you permission to shine, but because you decided that your light would no longer be negotiable. This is your era of unapologetic wealth, not just in your bank account, but in your mindset, in your spirit, in the way you carry your head high and speak with authority. The world hasn't even seen the full expression of who you're becoming, but it will very soon. You are the proof that patience has power, that quiet endurance is not weakness, but preparation, and that those who keep showing up, even when it hurts, even when it's lonely, even when no one's clapping, will one day be surrounded by undeniable evidence that it was all worth it. Your evidence is coming. In fact, some of it is already here. You can feel it. You can sense it. The weight of this new chapter is settling in, and it's beautiful. Now is not the time to question if you're deserving. Now is not the time to look for validation. This is the time to rise boldly into what's yours, to walk fully into the wealth that's already been written with your name on it. You've done the inner work. You've kept the faith. You've said yes to the unknown when fear begged you to stay safe. And now the unknown is unfolding into the greatest reality you've ever lived. Chosen one, your life is about to become unrecognizable. Not because you changed who you are, but because the world is finally catching up to your inner glow up. You've been shifting for a while now, silently transforming, quietly becoming. And soon what was once private will be made public. The rewards will be loud, the blessings will be visible, the success will be undeniable. This is what happens when alignment meets timing. You're walking into divine collisions, moments that seem small on the surface, but lead to massive breakthroughs, conversations that shift your entire direction, encounters that open unthinkable doors, unexpected chances that lead to extraordinary wins. That's what this season is made of, miracles dressed in everyday clothing. But your spirit will know, it will recognize the frequency, it will feel the confirmation before the manifestation even shows up. You've entered into a realm where everything starts to work for you, not against you, not around you, for you. The delays are done. The resistance has lifted. What used to feel like heavy lifting now feels like guided flow. And that's how you'll know you're in the richest days of your life, because peace becomes your compass, flow becomes your fuel, and joy becomes your natural state.